Did you know that those who spend more than 3.5 hours per day engaging in passive screen activities such as watching TV or scrolling social media show a measurable decline in memory, language, and processing speed? While those who engage in more active forms of screen use, such as word processing, gaming, or web browsing, actually show an improvement in cognitive function, executive function, language, and memory. As a mother to a very typical 8-year-old boy who loves watching TV, YouTube, and gaming, I often find myself trying to manage screen time in my household and encouraging better habits. This often looks like you've been staring at that thing for an hour, it's time to put it down. Or no, you cannot watch YouTube while we're waiting at the restaurant. And a lot of times this results in an answer such as, well, everyone else gets to do it, Mom. You're so unfair. I am here to encourage you all to model better habits for your own health and also for your peers and for those looking up to you. I would like to talk to you about the negative impact that screen use can have on your sleep patterns, your physical health, as well as some alternatives that have proven positive results. Let's get into the health impacts through sleep quality. JAMA Network Open reports that those engaged in daily screen use are less likely to reach 7 to 9 hours of the recommended sleep each night. This is attributed to the exposure to blue light, which is known to disrupt the production of melatonin in your brain, a natural substance that your body creates to help you sleep. This disrupts your circadian rhythm. Those who were studied, on average, went to bed 1 hour later and took an extra 20 minutes to enter the REM sleep stage, compared to their equal counterparts who did not engage in screen use before bed. This is equivalent to a loss of roughly 1.5 hours of sleep per night. This often results in daytime sleepiness, sleep disturbances, and sometimes insomnia. The resulting sleep debt is likely to cause you to compensate on your free days by oversleeping. As you can see, nighttime screen use can have serious impacts on your sleep patterns and your day-to-day life. But that's not all. There are also long-term physical consequences and mental consequences to lack of sleep. The accumulated sleep debt can have a major toll on your mental health and your brain function. This often will look like mood irregularity, stress, or depression. The NPJ mental health research explains that social pressures on social media and the expectation always be reachable by smartphone often results in feelings of guilt, stress, anxiety, and depression. A study in digital health connected passive screen use to a decline in memory, language, and cognition, while the Journal of the Endocrine Society observed patterns of addiction due to signs of withdrawal and urge to increase use, problems in their personal lives, and relapse. They also measured a 0.05 to 0.07 increase in BMI for every hour of increased screen use per day. This was a direct correlation to screen use and obesity and cardiovascular problems. They also found that those who were exposed to food marketing were more likely to participate in mindless eating. I'm sure none of you would be surprised to hear that a PLOS-1 study reports a significant increase in reports of chronic neck pain as a result of increased screen use. And the Clinical Optometry Journal explains that there has been a significant increase in dry eye disease amongst young people who use screens every day. So as you can see that there are very serious health implications to your mental health cognitive function, all over losing just 1.5 hours of sleep per day. Mix that with a risk of obesity, cardiovascular problems, and long-term neck pain. This all sounds pretty serious, but I'm here to let you know that not all screen activities are created equally. This doesn't mean that you have to avoid screens altogether. It just means that you should engage in more active versions of screen time when you can. Digital Health explains that limiting passive screen time through uses like word processor, ebook reading, web browsing, or active and social gaming has actually shown to increase mood, cognitive function, executive function, memory. They do warn that stimulating content like algorithm-based media such as TikTok are more likely to leave you lying awake thinking at night and resulting in fragmented sleeping patterns versus relaxing options such as books or TV. This means that there are many options. The more active you stay during the day, the less likely you are, or at least at a lower risk you are, to experiencing any of the above effects that I have stated before. This means that if you're a gaming lover, something like VR gaming or more active forms of gaming are likely to decrease that risk for you as well. It is still recommended that you avoid blue light for 1 hour before bedtime and trying different habits such as reading, stretching, exercising, journaling, or even just showering and grooming, all of which have been proven to improve sleep and mental health. Remember that the implication of overuse can be serious, but we have lots of options for a better quality of life and to create more mindful habits. I hope that this was able to convince you that passive screen use can have significant effects on your physical and mental health, your sleep quality, and your brain function. I hope this will encourage you to put screens away at least 1 hour before bed in order to catch that extra 1.5 hours of sleep every night. I believe that this alone is worth it to cut down on sleeping. It is worth it to cut down for sleeping improvement and to develop healthier habits. Try putting down the screens for at least 3 nights and observe if there are any changes to your energy level, your mood, or your cognitive function each day. Changing these habits is not something that will only benefit you, but all of society through your peers and those looking up to you watching your habits. Let us all be an example of mindful living. Okay, here are my note cards. Oh, finally I remembered. I did this like 5 times. I forgot. Okay, here's that. Oh, I can't read all of it. There's one. 2. These are so much more readable this time. 3. 4. Okay, hopefully that went better.